I listened to that talk, so it add on to my understanding that yes, definitely, environmentalists, scientists, technologists, engineers, and marketeers, we need to work together cohesively to achieve the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, right? So in the essence, today I'll be sharing with you a little bit about green marketing. If maybe today is the first time for you to ever heard about this term, so let's just learn together and add on to our knowledge, right? Okay.
Dr.
So,
I'm sorry to interrupt. Could you make the presentation mode so that we will see just one slide of the presentation? If you can go to the bottom right and bottom right corner, you can see the presentation mode, so we can see it.
The presentation mode.
Full screen or presentation.
I need to click the. Okay.
Yes,
the slideshow, you mean?
Yes, this one.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you would like it to be this to be presented in this particular mode?
Well, right now we can see your slides, all of them, and if you press this, we will see just one slide. And if it is convenient for you,
yeah, sure. Okay, is it okay for everyone?
Yes, perfect.
This should be the way.
Well, yeah. If you could press the button one more time, yes.
Okay.
Yes, now it is. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. Because just now it was this mode at my end. Okay, right, okay. So, okay. Firstly, we have to know what are the things that are considered green marketing activities. Okay, so we have a lot of activities going on in the world today, and people are calling themselves, hey, we are doing green marketing. We are sustainable organizations. So when organizations recycle aluminum can and paper, can we call them green company? Okay, when they reduce packaging, when they develop renewable energy, when they sell hybrid automobile, or when they use organic ingredients in any of their production or service. Okay, or okay, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the first 5 examples are clear examples, if I can say, because when you invest money in doing it yourself, then it is very clear that you are actually a green marketing company. Okay, but all right, how about the rest? When you only invest in wind or solar power, let's say Coca-Cola, McDonald's, these are companies that are not really connected to being green, because it's very rare for us to hear that they have this environmental concern or environmental green attitude, right? But these companies are into this direction. If you read a lot of case studies out there, there are companies that are unheard of previously, but now they are into investing in renewable energy, investing in environmentally friendly technology. They're just the investors, okay? And so, yes, these companies are also, we can call them green marketing organizations, or these are the companies that are considered to be members of the green markets, okay? So I hope that these are like a very brief introduction about green marketing and what are the activities entail under green marketing. So it's very large and broad, okay? Okay, and that will lead me to another concept called, okay, when we say green marketing, what is marketing? So it is a study. So right now, I think it has been since 2009, the first time that I think 2007 and 8, this field is coming in. It's booming. So as we go now, I can say that the field is getting more popular, because companies need to show that they are actually a green company by they need to apply for a sustainable status, and they need to produce sustainable report, okay, to make themselves in terms of corporate social responsibility, good corporate image. They need to improve their positive image. Okay, so one of the way to do this is through green marketing, right? Through the marketing parts of the whole organization. It could be that they are not into green, There's no technology, there's no effort in their organization that actually lead them into green, but at least they are trying in terms of green campaign. I will explain further as I go along with my slides. So what is green marketing? So it's a kind of study, a very established field in marketing. It's about consuming, producing, distributing, promoting, packaging, and also reclaim. Reclaim means you try to repurpose the product, okay, in a manner that is sensitive or responsive to ecological concerns. So when you do any of the activities that I mentioned there, so any one or all of the above, okay, when it involves ecological concerns, then we can call these activities as green marketing. Okay, or it includes modification, changes in the production process, packaging, or you need to modify your advertising, like no more usage of papers or less usage of electronic billboards. So you focus more perhaps on social media. So it's quite funny because my another area is on social media advertising. Okay, so of course, throughout my research life, I've been researching on. I try to combine between these two areas of green marketing and social media. It gives me a stronger stand to say that, hey, in order to go green, you need to go into social media and digital marketing. That is how I start off my pitching. You know what I mean? This is how I get good grants because of this. The way I started my problem is through this perspective that if companies would like to go green in terms of campaigning, then they might as well invest in terms of digital marketing and social media marketing more rather than the traditional marketing. Okay, all right. So then we will go into a one big word called sustainability. I think along these few days you have been listening to this word quite a lot, right? So I really like this definition. It may be old but gold. 1987 definition of sustainability by the UN. It states that when you're able to meet the needs of the present, like us, the current generation, without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So just imagine that you're no longer in this world, you are no longer on this earth. So the next generation that we are leaving behind, like your children, your grandchildren, grandchildren, whether are they able to meet their own need at that particular time. So I'm giving you a simple example here. It's about survival, meaning we are able to see tigers, monkeys, but yeah, these are all facing extinction. But will our next generation, I'm not sure whether my sons, my children, they know how animals looks like if they are not given a chance to go to the zoo, right? And again, I'm saying it's quite funny because one of my project that my PhD student is currently doing is on digital museum. Digital museum and digital zoo. So yeah, we are talking about, we are afraid, we fear of the next generation, how they can survive and sustain and meet their needs. But at the same time, we are preparing that the world is facing its extinction, that the Mother Earth is sick. You know, we are actually preparing our plan B is actually making things digitalized. So is that a solution? Is there a solution to everything by making everything digitalized? So I guess I really like, it's about maintaining and preserving and regenerate. That's another word that I heard from Prof. Ekaterina the other day. So yes, at the end of the day, I think for all the fields in the world, whether you are in fashion, whether you are in manufacturing, whether you're in product development, designing, or whether you're engineers and environmentalists, and coming back to whether you're a business person and marketeers, I think at the end of the day, our very one objective is sustainability, right? So that's why I really like this definition. Okay, so I'm gonna touch a bit on green values. So at the end of the day, we are actually bound by the triple bottom line. It's about the 3P: people, okay, profit, and planet. Okay, so people, when we talk about people, it's actually about the social, how the ecosystem, whether they are affected or not through our product and service. And when we talk about marketing, we need money to pump in, right? So we are talking about profit. So we are not talking about doing social work here. We are not talking about doing free CSR. So at the end of the day, we are still marketeers. We still need to be in business, making business. So the number 2 thing that you need to consider when you talk about campaigning for green products or service is profit. Profit, money need to comes in, and how you do it, right? And the last one, of course, when we talk about green marketing, we talk about sustainability. We are also talking about the planet, the ecological concern, right? So if you were to be asked, how do you create values? The answer is, each time you do a campaign for green product or service, it should be from these 3 pillars. You should do your campaigning, when I say campaign in marketing, it simply means the advertising and promotion, the use of celebrity endorsers, the use of influencers, or through your marketing stimuli and cues, right? And make sure all these are standards. Standards here mean you have to include social elements, economic elements, and environmental elements. Then only you will arrive to the green value, right? Okay, so I have an example here. In the case of maybe you're about to produce a bicycle. It's a foldable bicycle. Foldable bicycle is very creative. It's very lightweight. It's very new. It's like a groundbreaking thing in the field of manufacturing, you know. But how do you market this thing? So let's say the superiors, the bosses, your top managements, they're asking you, okay, we need to do this from a sustainability standpoint. Okay, we need to get some brownie marks for sustainable. So how would you do it? So these are the type of grants, these are the type of consultation work that I've been receiving over the years. People are approaching me and my team. How can I say this? To make things that are ungreen to look green. So over the years we've been working with some people from fashion. So I have one PhD student that I put into that particular consultation work. She's working on the field with me. She's doing on fashion sustainability, and we have a company doing green car. And how do you market green car in Malaysia? Because in Malaysia, people are very sensitive about the pricing of a car, because green car in Malaysia, due to the tax, is quite expensive. It's not for the common people. So these are the kind of projects. So yes, and recently we are being approached by a company producing bicycle. This is actually a real case study about how do you communicate the green values of bicycle. So again, to answer that, you can actually focus on the three pillars, the 3 elements that I mentioned just now. So of course you can promote the bicycle in terms of economic value, and then you promote when you buy this bicycle, they have an app, like Nike. When you buy certain when you try to connect people to be in one community, so they have Nike apps to track how many miles that you have run for the day, how many joules or kilojoules that you have burned for the day, right? So this is what you can do. You can create, and I think it's much easier to connect people these days due to the technology, right? So yes, when you try to campaign or promote for sustainable product or service, you should touch on the social value. What would they get as a society, as an ecosystem, members of the ecosystem, right? And the last one, you should promote the bicycle, the product or service from the ecological standpoint, right? Of course, you have to highlight what are the potential reduce in the pollution rate that this product can help consumers achieve. So we would like to educate the consumers that by buying our product, they are actually contributing to the benefit of the environment, right? To eliminate or to help decrease the impact of the pollutions to the environment. Okay. All right. So then after you have understood that we need to have green values. Okay. Even though I hope you got my point already, that the product that the company or organization produce, it may not be green at all. But green marketing is a field or a study how do you make green appears to be green? How do you campaign for such product? Okay, how do you communicate the values, right? Okay, after you understand that, then only you need to shop around, you need to check around you in your ecosystem whether there is a green market exists or not. So we have to come back to the very basic definition of green market, right? So it consists of organizations, and normally they are people, all right, sellers, buyers, merchandisers, okay, with a need or want, and the ability and willingness to make green purchases, okay, to address these needs and wants. So we have to be really careful here, okay, about finding green market, okay, because without any of those, meaning here, without any people that are into green segment, then you don't have a market. You don't have a market. So you have to know first who will be your potential buyer. So in the field of marketing, there are two simple definitions of how do you track market. There are either available market or potential market. Available market simply means these green consumers are having the needs and wants plus the buying power. The buying power, the ability to buy these expensive and premium price green products, right? Okay, but potential green market potential green market simply means these people have the need and wants, they have the interest, they have the keen environmental concern, right? But they don't have the money to buy yet, right? They don't have the buying power yet, not now. Maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now, maybe after they graduate, maybe after they become young executive, then they are willing to buy. That is why you need to also grab the attention of this potential market, because because this is what we mean by market. It consists of people with need or want. It never mentions market need to have the ability to buy. It just mentioned people with need or want, and it stops there, right? So I think the effort, the fight to get our green product or service into the market, to push these products into the market, it is an everyday effort. That's what I think. It's an everyday effort, and it shouldn't stop at Q1, Q2, Q3. I don't think timeline should stop you to push this product into the market, because if not now, maybe you'll be getting these people as your segment in the next year, in the next month, right? So just keep trying. So in marketing, we always say that market never die, right? Okay, so yeah, and it goes to my question here: how do we apply this to green market? Okay, so after you are clear that you have a market, or you have an available market or potential market, okay, then you can take a big relief, because now we know the next step will need to come in. That is the green segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So when we say it's about green, so you need to carefully choose your green segments, right? So I just give you a simple picture here that consists of many people with colorful backgrounds. So among them are very tiny samples, tiny populations of green people. So if you look here, we have like 4 people out of 10, 12. So it's already a small statistics throughout the world showed that the segments for green market is still relatively small, right, compared to the huge market out there. Okay, so what you need to do as a marketeer, or people who are going to push the product into the market, you have to do segmentation first. And you need to, meaning here, you need to break out this population of people with heterogeneous background, different background, into different smaller segments, smaller groups that have similar need, similar interest, similar ecological concern. They are tree huggers, you know, they support Greta Thunberg. Okay, I hope you have heard about this little kid coming up from school and has created an uproar throughout the world, and politicians are in hot seats because of Greta Thunberg. So yeah, you try to segment them, meaning you try to put them into baskets, you know, into smaller groups. Then only it will be easier for you to do the second part, which is targeting. The second step is in a green market is targeting. Then you target the green people. You target the green colored people, right? So this is easier to do. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't go to the orange and red, okay, or blue. You should go there, but these are what we call niche market, meaning not many competitors are actually going there. Competitors are avoiding them, right? Because they need to spend money, invest money in terms of educating this kind of non-green segments, right? So, but I guess I have to say that just follow the crowd, right? Especially if your product is a new product category that are unheard of. Like you're coming up with green stationery. What is green stationery? Green eraser. What is it? Right? Comparing to green car, green house, green building, green hotels. These are popular these days. Suddenly you're coming up with green stationery, green mug, green spoon. So how would you do it? So my advice is for you to go into to serve with the crowd, to serve along with the crowd. Just join them. But what is the challenge there? There are so many competitors. The market is almost saturated, all right, with green people. The good thing is you have a big consumer base, right, that you can target. But the disadvantage is it's very hard for you to fight against the competitors, especially if they have big names like Faber-Castell. How do you fight Faber-Castell in terms of stationaries? And suddenly they come out with green eraser, and you're a small company in Malaysia, in Samara, in Barcelona. You're coming up. We never heard about your brand or company, and you are coming up with your first maiden product called green eraser, right? So that's the challenge. That's the challenge. So the best way to get high profitable market is through focusing on green segments, just like how the others are doing. But I'm not telling you shouldn't go to the non-green segment, right? Because somehow the non-green segment, there are rich people there. There are rich people there. They have high monetary access. I mean, they have high access to products, if you got what I mean. They have a lot of connections. So probably it is also good to open up your market into non-green, right? Okay, and the last one that you need to do is positioning. So this is the thing that we are going to talk today. How do you position? Because if you do it wrongly, you will fall into the trap of greenwashing, because you try as much as you can to speak green, do green, practice green, but at the end of the day what you are actually doing is greenwashing. This is the other term that I'm going to share with you today, right? So four things. First, you need to know whether the market exists or not. Number two, then when you're confident that there's a potential or available market, then you do green segment, meaning you divide the population into smaller groups that have similar interests towards environment, and then you target them. And the last one, you do the positioning. Okay, where do you position yourself in the market? All right. Okay, so okay, I have a simple exercise here. Like maybe you can take like 1 minute of your own time to think, because I just would like to check whether you really get my points for today. Whether you can understand, like briefly understand the surface, scratching the surface of green marketing. So if you can provide me some evidence that you understand, maybe you can choose any of the environmental benefit. So I would like you to choose only one product or service around you, and tell me which specific benefit. I don't want you to combine the benefits. All right. Okay. I might be sharing with you one way how do we do effective pitching, business pitching. Like good pitching, we call it elevator pitch. So we are going to use elevator pitch, the one that you go up to the next level, right? Elevator pitch. How can you tell a potential investor about your product or innovation the moment that you go from level 1 to level 3? It's like a few seconds moment, right? So the maximum you have is 1 or 2 minutes. How do you explain to a potential investor that you want their 200K, 1 million? You want their money to invest, but you only have 2 minutes. So this is what we mean by elevator pitch. You have to focus on the essentials, right? So it is very, very impossible for you to explain all these 6 benefits in 2 minutes. So this is the key thing about elevator pitching tool. You have to focus on what are the things you want to mention or elaborate or justify or to attract attention in only 2 minutes. Okay, so I give you a chance to choose your own specific product or service that you would like to campaign for, right? And choose only one of the benefit here. One of the benefit, right? Okay, it could be environmental benefit, economical benefit, consumer benefit. Okay, consumer here means if the consumer or the customer buy your product or use your service, okay, what would they get as a person? As a person, to their well-being, to their well-being. It's not to their money, it's not to their environment, okay, it's to their themselves. Like, are they going to be thinner, healthier, prettier? You know what I mean? So this is what we mean by consumer benefit. Yes, green marketing can be campaigned from that particular angle. It doesn't have to be environment all the time, right? Okay, so yes, you can also choose production process. So probably your product, because when I talk about production process and supply chain, we are talking about green innovation later, right? On the second part of this, I mean on the third part of this class today, right? Okay, so do you have something in mind? Maybe you can share with the class any of the product.
Yes.
Maybe. Yep.
Can I?
Sorry,
Please?
I can't read your name. I think it's in Russian.
Sorry. My
No
name is
problem.
Alena
Aliona,
Mastova.
hi.
Yes. And yes, nice to meet you. Thank you
Yes.
for your lecture. And first of all, I suppose that there is one economical benefit of the so-called green shops, yes, and
Okay.
green cafes. I mean, when we go to vegetarian cafe, for example, in Moscow, there is one. It's called Jagannath. Yes, there is one economical benefit. It is cooking within the vegetarian and raw materials, yes, and I think it would be more profitable to cook using just corn, just vegetables, yes, herbals, etc. I mean, maybe they are cheaper, and because of that, they are very they can allow us to earn more money.
Good. So you're choosing economical benefit,
Yeah,
right?
thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Good. So I really like the way you pitch because you didn't stray away from the economical benefit. You always mentioned about money is good. It's like cooking ingredients, right? If I got you. Okay. So yes, we don't talk about environment. We don't talk about production
Yeah.
process. Very good. All right. Okay. Can I have other examples? Like if you have certain brands in your country that you like to highlight? Any examples that we can have?
I have
Hi, Marina.
one example came to my mind. For example, for the consumers, if it's hybrid cars, like electric cars, they are normally small. And in case, for example, there is a problem with the parking, we can say that it's not only green, that you are saving like you are helping the planet, but as well you have less problems with parking, for example.
Good. Exactly. Yes. So, Marina, you are choosing which benefit here?
It's a consumer benefit. So the
Good.
consumers start
Because you're talking
thinking
about parking. Nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Good. Yeah, because you don't talk about carbon emission, carbon footprint. We don't talk about environmental here. We are trying to campaign the green car from the standpoint of consumer benefit. Perfect. Okay. Yes, you know, what you actually just mentioned is the thing exercised or practiced by IKEA. You know, IKEA, the furniture company. So whoever drive any green car, you can park right at the entrance, right? Because these are actually stipulated or specific locations for hybrid cars drivers. Okay, other than the what do we call people of the less fortunate? The word doesn't come to my mind now. Unfortunate people, you know. I have the word in.
Yeah.
Anastasia, you have the word for me?
Disabled people.
Disabled, thank you, my dear. Disabled. I have the word in my language. It doesn't come out. Yes, disabled. Other, because the world is actually supporting the movement of disability, right? And they try to be inclusive, all right? But there's another movement. This is the green movement. And they're actually taking this movement into retail place, retail. So what IKEA is actually doing is actually followed by a lot of other organizations. In Malaysia, we are starting to into this direction. You know, in my university, every Thursday is no car day. No car day. So except for people who are driving hybrid car, they have free pass. Free pass to go to certain very crowded area of the university. So they call it the busy circle, okay? Like they actually have a lot of policemen waiting near that area that you can't pass through if you are driving a common car. But it is a free pass for you if you're driving a green car. So what we do, we don't want to walk. So we share, we carpool. We carpool with those people who are actually driving green cars for the day, on Thursday. So actually, I kind of missing it because actually everybody now is working from home. So we didn't get to see this every Thursday anymore. All right. Okay. Can we have any other examples? An example? Maybe one
hello?
more?
Yes.
Hello, maybe I can try. My name is Dasha. I'm sorry, probably it's written in Russian.
Okay, Dasha.
So I will just try get this idea. I might be wrong, but maybe it can be good for environmental benefits to introduce to those kind of people, and there's many women usually who using Botox injections and some kind of nasty things to, for example, to help them do it like face building, to promote some courses where you can help yourself not to old that fast. So without using all these nasty things, you just like help people to understand that everything in your hand, your nice diet, lots of water, like I don't know, looking after your skin can help you to come to this point where lots of women want to come. So I think this can be environmentally benefits. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Okay. I think in my idea, what you just mentioned is still a consumer benefit. The benefit that they will get, the effect that they will see on their own self, right? Okay. Yes, good. It could be. Yeah, good. Good. Okay. But if you want to do your pitching based on that criteria, yes, you proceed. That's good, right? But the question is, how do you do it from the standpoint or the perspective of environmental? Okay. Yes, we have a lot of products these days, like what you mentioned, Botox, vitamin C, injections, right? Age-defying or age-slowing cosmetics, right? Okay, now your superior or your boss or your CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, is giving you a specific task for that particular quarter one to develop a campaign for that product, and you are using environmental. How will you do it?
So I would use gua sha. That's a gemstone. So we would use products. We will use something so they would have some profit and benefit from this. And it could be in different ways. I just different sizes, different kind of stones. So
is this product renewable?
Renewable.
It's a kind of stone, is it?
What kind of stone? It's quartz.
Quartz, good.
Quartz most of the time, and also we can do some courses online that we can sell. Like I know it because again my dad was doing this. He's a face builder, and it came to my idea that it can be very good in terms of if we could reduce this kind of Botox and injection stuff, and women can come and like left this old school beliefs that we need to do this. So but what do you think about products if we would change, like go this way towards quartz? I'm not sure how it's sustainable.
Product also possible. Product, if product, then you promote on the product. Okay, class. Product benefits here means you focus instead of focusing on the consumer, you focus your pitching or your campaign to the product. Like the product is lightweight, space saving, smaller, taller. So you focus on the dimensions of the product. Okay, you don't focus on the consumer benefit. So if you want to choose the quartz just now, I really like it because you can actually choose which benefit you want to focus on. If you're choosing environmental, then you can mention these are made from renewable ingredients, renewable precious gems, that it will not touch the marine reserve. It will not, we will not do forestation, things like that, right? And we will not test that on animals. Okay, these are what we mean by environmental. If you choose from the product benefit, then you can say it has silky feeling to it, natural color. Now the word started to come in, right? You are trying to use all the buzzwords of green marketing. Natural, organic.
Yeah,
Okay.
non-toxic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I see.
yes. Careful on the greenwashing. Something I will teach you on the second part of this lecture. All right, fantastic, guys. I consider that all of you are into green marketing now. We all have the same mindset of green marketing. Okay, so let me just continue. Oh my God, see the big relief that I have. This is the thing that we have to educate. Each time I am invited to give a talk or a sharing on green marketing, I will try my best to also talk about greenwashing, because it is something ethical that I think I need to do, because you don't only focus on profit all the time, and you actually falling into the trap of lying to your potential or available market customers. Okay, so greenwashing, this is just a simple, when I Google up into Oxford, greenwash, there is actually the word in the dictionary, right? Is disinformation disseminated by organizations so as to present an environmentally responsible public image. So this is my definition. There is actually a significant gap between the express and actual communicated, the commitments communicated by the organization. This is something that say they will do, they want to do, but actually it's the other way around. They are actually trying to give misleading information, deceiving information. Okay, they are trying to tell the public that they are green, but actually they are not. It is actually their focus is actually money. Their focus is actually profit. Okay, they are not actually doing it out of their genuine interest to save the environment, to help the community, the social, to become better and better. Okay, we talked about green values already, the 3 P's, but their focus is never on the other 2 P's. Their focus is always on the 1 P, the profit. Okay, so let's look at the examples. Okay, as I mentioned, the field of green marketing is booming since 2009. So this is the statistic that we gather from that year and thereon. Okay, so there are actually 73% of products that claim they are green. Okay, but my goodness, out of that 73%, 95% out of that 73, they are actually greenwashing products. Okay, so this is a statistic that, and I think I would like to believe that today the statistics are become much more worrying, right? Because people are becoming more brave. They are making more blunt, right, in terms of their campaigns. Okay, but this is the thing. If a company is trying to apply for a sustainable status, they need to produce a sustainable report, annual report. Then there will be auditors coming to your organization unannounced, right? They will suddenly come, okay, we're going to audit you today. Show us your production process, show us your packaging, show us your product, okay, show us some product demonstration, then you are doomed, okay? Because you claim something that you are not actually doing. So when you fall into the trap of greenwashing, okay, sometimes your green status will be taken back, withdrawn, okay, from the industry, and you are no more a green organization. That's what the company is most feared of, at least in Malaysia. Because as I said, the movement for green is coming in Malaysia. We have one government agencies that is actually looking into green auditing, green monitoring, right? Okay, so if you claim that you are green marketing company, you should be able to express your commitment in a legitimate way. Okay, so number one, we call this scene hidden trade-off. There are a lot of articles and publications in green marketing that are actually talking about all these scenes, and I just combine them into my own understanding. These are actually different. Probably it looks the same, but actually the definition is different, right? If you look into the conceptual definition of each of these, they are actually different. Okay, so hidden trade-off, number one, you suggest a product is green based on narrow attributes without calling attention to other important environmental issues, right? You only focus on they are not using plastic. Okay, but actually when they are not using plastic, you are using other materials that are more detrimental to the environment. Maybe you are not using plastic, but you are using plastic plus something, you know, and you call yourself green. Okay, that is number one, hidden trade-off, meaning you hide the other big environmental issues. Okay, you cover up, okay, by highlighting this particular one narrow attribute. Okay, later we will look at some examples. Okay, number two, no proof. You simply claim that you agree. You simply use your own logo that you produce. There's no you say that your product or service have an environmental claim, but you can't prove them. You say that this can save water, but you don't say how much. Scientifically, it's not proven in any lab. There are no testing being done. You don't invite any scientists or environmentalists to your organization or factory, manufacturing venues. So this is actually a sin that many companies are actually doing it now. Okay, number three, sorry, there's a typo there, okay, in terms of format. Number three is vagueness. Vague green claims that are so poorly defined, very broad, that their real meaning are likely to be misunderstood. You use the word natural, but how natural is natural? You overuse the word organic, but do you know what is organic? What's the difference between organic and natural? Okay, so this is the third thing, vagueness. You only use the word, you claim it, but it is actually a very broad term. Okay, number four, irrelevance. You are making an environmental call, okay, but it could be true that it could save the environment, save the forest, save the marine reserve, but your product or service doesn't got any connection with ocean. It doesn't get any connection with forest. Like McDonald's, suddenly they are claiming they are going to save the panda bear, the polar bear. So McDonald's, polar bear, McDonald's, things doesn't jive. You know what I mean? It doesn't connect. So this is what we mean by irrelevance. Careful the way you do campaign. So if you're a stationery company, so you focus on the materials that the stationery is made of. Okay, if you're producing cars, then focus on the materials that the cars are made of. If you're producing like cosmetics just now, focus on the materials or ingredients that the original product is actually made of, food especially, right? Okay, number five is lesser of two evils, meaning here, damn you do, damn you don't, all right? Meaning either way that you choose, you are still evil. Okay, claims that may be true, right? May be true, but they risk distracting consumers from the greater environmental impact of the product. It seems like similar to just now, the hidden hidden trade-off. It looks similar, but it's actually not. Yeah, lesser of two evils mean you claim something like you claim that these are actually using lesser plastic, but still you are using plastic. Okay, you say something, it is true. Is it true? But the consumers are sometimes feel distracted. You are taking away the environmental big issues from them. You're taking away this issue. You're changing their mindset, right? That it is not harmful. It is still harmful. It's just less harmful. Okay. So, you know, marketers, they love this word, lesser, decrease, smaller. They love these words, but they're actually still doing it. The percentage is there. Okay. And the last one is, excuse me. Okay, the last one is worshipping false labels. This is what I mentioned just now. You are using labels that are not endorsed by any endorsing party, endorsing agencies or department. These are not certified. Basically, you produce your own labels. You produce your own green labels and you say, this is green, this is organic, and it is by you, by your company, to the public, right? So this is actually wrong, okay? Worshipping false labels, and we could see there's a lot of labels going on these days. Okay, class, to summarize, okay, if you can see from this statistic here, which is the biggest sins of all? Which is the biggest sins of all? Which one? If you can see. Sorry, when
Vagueness.
I copy my slides, it's not that clear. The
Vagueness.
yellow. Good.
Yellow. Mhm.
And another one is?
No
No
proof.
Yes. Okay, no proof,
Hidden trade-off.
vagueness,
Uh,
hidden trade-off.
hidden
Hidden
trade-off.
trade-off. Okay? Because you know, at the back of a campaign, there are normally experienced marketeers. Of course, they know how to make things relevant, right? So relevant are the smaller bits in terms of sin. Worshipping false label, they know the auditors will come. So they will try to invest in applying the certification or endorsements the right way, right? They will pay. Like they will pay for the USDA. They will pay for the halal ingredient, you know. So this is what I mean by normally the easiest way to do, the easiest sin to commit is the top three. Hidden trade-off, no proof, and vagueness. All right? Okay, so let's look at some examples. Okay, class, if you can tell me based on this example, this is like simple exercise for you. If you can tell me based on your understanding, which scene is this? Like you have this is like a real case study that I normally discuss in my class. Like you have Polar Spring and Nestle, two popular brands of mineral water. Okay.
I suppose irrelevance, because they claim that they use less plastics. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
in 15%, but
Mm-hmm.
they are still using plastic.
Okay. Okay. For that one, what is that one? What is that category?
I suppose it's irrelevance. Am I right?
Not really. Irrelevance means if you promote the product irrelevant to your product, the product is irrelevant to the environment. Like you are using plastic, but you're talking about, okay, if you're using plastic, you might as well say something about plastic going into the ocean, you know, about the garbage Pacific, the Great Pacific garbage patch in the world. Maybe you are talking about marine reserve because where the plastic is going will end up, right? But instead, you don't talk about that. The case of irrelevant is you are selling mineral water using plastic bottles, but you talk about forests. Forest. You talk about animals. You talk about tigers facing extinction. You know,
Uh,
this is
yeah,
this is an
I get.
example of irrelevance.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Uh,
For this,
and yes, I think it's lesser of two evils, maybe.
very good. Very good. Lesser of two evils. You claim something that is true. Yeah, we didn't deny the fact that you are using less plastic because you make things smaller, you improve your product packaging design. Okay? This is the great job by designers, right? By designers. You produce something that use less materials, but still you are committing the same because you are still using plastic. You are not really investing your ideas, your R&D, your expertise in producing or thinking about other types of packaging, right? Okay, you know that in Japan there is one mineral water that you can actually you can drink the water and you can eat the packaging. Have you heard about it? You can eat the packaging, meaning it is made of jelly. They are made of jelly. Okay, so it is actually out there in the market. So
Yeah,
yeah,
clear.
yeah. Okay, good. Okay, let's look at another example. Okay, so green claim, companies claim to be eco because their new bottle use less plastic, but in reality, bottles are still bottles. All right, bottles are still plastics that are not biodegradable, no matter how many percentage you use in your production. All right. Okay, now here, this is another case of mineral water. I simply use the same product category so that you can easily see. In the same product category, there's a lot of way how we do green campaign. Meaning here, there are many ways how you do positioning, green positioning. But you try to communicate values, but sometimes you are into greenwashing. You are doing one of the greenwashing scenes, right? Okay, so can you tell me based on this, which one is the scenes? Which one is the scenes? So they have a long description. This is actually a real campaign, a real poster. poster that we have on Fiji Green. Look at the website, the domain name. They purposely choose fijigreen.com. Why is that so? Okay. Yeah, thank God they are not using any green color here, except the word fijigreen.com. The overall color code for this is like blue, dark blue, and gray, white, right? There's no element of green color. Okay, but look at the description. Okay, so in my understanding, this is a greenwashing. Okay, this is a greenwashing scene. Okay, based on your understanding, which scene is that?
Is it irrelevance?
Again, sorry?
Is it irrelevance?
Yes, irrelevance. Very good. Irrelevance. Why are they good? Why are they talking about largest lowland rainforest? If they're talking about, yeah, why are they talking about rainforest here? The Sovi Basin. Suddenly they are promoting, when I Google up, you can also Google this up. It's a very interesting case study. Sovi Basin. Yes, there's a lot of controversial issues behind Sovi Basin in Fiji. Okay, so yes, the reason why they are choosing this, maybe at that particular time, at that particular quarter, they could be these issues are actually booming in their country, and they try to attract the attention of the market, right? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, and they use the word like making Fiji water not just carbon negative but positively green. How can water and carbon, carbon negative, carbon footprint? They're talking about a lot of things here. Carbon footprint by 120%. Why are you talking about carbon footprint, right? Okay. When I read the articles more, when I dig into this case study more about this Sovi Basin, about Fiji company, do you know that they are actually using much thicker plastic bottle? They are actually the culprit. Okay, they are much worse than the Nestle and Polar Spring just now. Okay, these are the companies that are facing a lot of controversial issues, right? From the enforcers, from the environmentalists in their country. They have a lot of issues. Then they suddenly come up with this kind of campaign for that particular year. All right. Okay, here. So, Banana Republic. So this is an apparel company. Okay. So if you look from here, okay, I might just discuss this with you. So it's easy being green. Wow, what a catchy campaign. It's easy being green. Greener, one step at a time. So the customers will be given 10% off the entire purchase if only they buy the organic cotton bag by Banana Republic. If you are genuinely green, if you are going to promote or educate the public to be green, you can allow anybody to bring any bag. Okay, why must only your bag? Okay, to receive that 10%. If you are really genuine at heart, if you are really care for the environment, if you are talking about the 3P, the people and the profit, this is profit all the time, right? Yes, you would like to also promote your own product. That's the scene there. Okay, reduce the use of plastic bag. That's good. That's nice. Okay, that's very genuine, right? But in reality, you are actually creating more product to do so, right? You actually pushing another type of product into the market. Why is that so? It should be that you are promoting, if you are promoting green mission, green campaign, you are actually trying to help the people to reduce consumption. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's my conclusion. Their green shouldn't be about buying more, getting more, consume more in order to get discounts. New product, be it eco bag, green bag, you can label it by any name. You can call it eco bag, green bag. This still need to be manufactured. This need to be transported to us. So essentially, this still has some impact to the environment in one way or another, especially when we talk about supply chain, right? Where do the bags come from? If it's like Malaysia, it's not a production of apparel. So normally, these kind of bags are coming from Pakistan, Bangladesh. Still need to be transported to come to our region, right? Okay, now look at Chevrolet, this kind of example. So they have this billboard, a real case study in the USA. All right, my friend who's studying there give me this example, and I quickly Google it, and it come up nicely. Wow, what a color that they are using, green color that you can see from far away, from a distance. gas friendly to gas free. They are not promoting friendly anymore. They're not into the business of environmental friendly, gas friendly. They are now into free. Free. Okay, meaning not using things at all. But are all the cars, all here is a big word. Are all the cars manufactured by Chevy are green? Okay, it could be only one or two of their models that are actually gas free. We understand the concept of hybrid car, fine. Okay, but the way they do this advertising, okay, how can we move our transportation through this world without petrol? Okay, so class, in your opinion, what are the sins of these two companies? The other one is Greenjet. Okay, how can an airline be green? This is another funny thing. How can you mention the word erase? It's not about lessing, reducing. It's now totally erasing. The same case like being free, gas free, meaning zero emission. Okay, erase footprint, meaning there's no footprint at all, and there's suddenly a logo there, eco assured. Who assured this? Who actually endorsed this? Being erasing the carbon footprint, right? So if you look into the further details of the advertisement, or we call this advertising captions, right? At caption, it's not just traveling we think about. All our meals are organic. All here, the word is all, and locally sourced, and we serve only the fair trade coffee. My goodness. This is what I say. The industry are getting more brave day by day. They're not afraid. Yeah, we use all the words. The words are there. Let's use it. Okay? So class, what do you think is their sins here? When they are claiming something as big as this. Among the 6 sins.
I think maybe these companies try to change the definition of the word petrol. Maybe they try to change the concept of usage. Yes,
Correct.
For example, maybe petrol is a fracture of, for example, some kinds of cracking of oil. Yes, for example.
Yes.
And here petrol is just a thing, maybe is connected to another thing. I don't know yet, but the idea, I suppose, in that case.
Good. Okay. What is the sins here, Ayuna? What is the among 6 sins? If this kind of case study with this kind of examples here, what is it actually the sins? Because to know whether the company is committing a sin or not, a greenwashing sin or not, you need to understand first the type of wrong, the type of sin that they are committing. Okay, in your idea,
I'm sorry, but I suppose it's vagueness. Maybe.
Yes, good. Do anybody has any other idea? You know, there's no right or wrong. It could be that they are committing all. They are committing all 6, all right? It could be they are committing 2 or the other. Okay, any other ideas other than vagueness? Exactly, vagueness, because they are not really clear, okay, of the broad issue. What is it, the specific issue that they are bringing in? They are talking about footprint. Suddenly they are talking about organic food, locally sourced food. That's the social part. When you source from the local vendors, you're protecting the ecosystem of the local vendors. You're talking about that. And you're talking about fair trade coffee? Which one? Good. So irrelevance. Okay, vagueness. My point is, I'm taking this from irrelevance. Okay, do you have any other idea? Maybe the Chevrolet? Anybody would like to discuss on that? Which sin is that? Gas friendly to gas free. And there's no other things there. There's no other caption. There's just the logo there with the green color and Chevy.com. That's all. And they call themselves green.
I'm sorry, dear colleagues, can I answer again?
Sure, you're not very active student.
Thank you. But I have an idea. I think maybe gas is an organic material. I mean, I mean methane, for example, CH4. Yes, an organic bound, and I suppose in that case they are eco-friendly because they use a natural material, a natural gas. Maybe that way.
Yes, yes. So they claim they are using natural. Okay, but as I mentioned just now, maybe not all their models are actually into this direction, right? Some are typical cars that are using petrol and fuel. Okay, and do you know Chevrolet are also having a lot of issues, a lot of controversial issues in their country, and you know that Chevrolet can never enter Malaysia. It's very rare you see Chevrolet in our region because of these particular issues. They don't really care. I mean, the percentage that the automobiles or vehicles produce are actually exceeding the amount stated by certain countries. Like Malaysia, they don't allow, right? It's not that we are not being open-minded to brands or fair trades, but it is as it is, right? Okay, yeah, good. Okay, I'll just move on. Wow, fur. How can you're talking about killing endangered species and wildlife, but you call yourself eco-friendly and green? In the same campaign, you are using all these confusing words. You're talking about killing wildlife is okay. Are killing wildlife okay? And suddenly you're using eco-friendly and green. So look at this advertisement here. Look at this ad. It is a real ad by Canada. I'm not sure. Prof. Ekaterina, have you seen this ad before? Right? So I've been to Canada. I've been to Quebec. There's a lot of, yeah, I think Canadian, they are into fur. They're into fur. You can buy fur product as souvenirs. It is, I think, I don't know how to say the word bad, but it is that extent that you can buy fur in a lot of the shops there. They are like souvenirs for the country. Okay, so they're talking about most people choose fur for warm. Okay, wearing fur helps to protect nature. How can wearing fur protect nature? When you're saying you're wearing fur, you need to kill these endangered animals like polar bear, yeah, animals with fur, beautiful fur, right? And you're talking about you're helping the community. You're talking about social here, the ecosystem, supporting people who live on the land. You're talking about, yes, we got your point. This is like a job opportunity for some people in the community, but is killing is an okay thing to do, an all right thing to do. Is killing animals the solution? And just look at it. They have a lot of nice endorsers down there. They have beautiful Canadian. They have Fur Council of Canada. Okay, so class based on okay, look at the last levels there. That's one reason why the regulated and sustainable use of wildlife is supported by the international conservation authorities. Furisgreen.com. Suddenly there's a picture of a leaf there showing that, giving you a symbol of green. Wow, class, what is this scene? Isn't it amazing the extent of how marketeers really brilliant in doing copywriting? Yeah, I have to, in a way, I have to blame my field for doing this very excellently. You know, if I read this with no intention of environment, I just read this because I love fur. Because if you have audience for any advertising, you can have a lot of audience with different mindset. It depends on what is their perception. If I'm a green person, then I will look at this from my green standpoint. If I'm a non-green person, I am a fur lover. Then I will say, wow, I'm a green person. Yay, I support the environment because finally there is somebody, some organization that is actually so daring to endorse that fur is green. You know what I mean? So to me, this is unhealthy. This is unhealthy in terms of how you educate the public. If this thing is keep on going, that you try to cover up the big environmental issue by providing a smaller issue, yes, important issue as well, but smaller in terms of magnitude compared to the killing extinction animal. We are talking about zoo just now, you know, we are talking about the next generation not able to see these beautiful animals anymore, right? And suddenly there's an organization or people or companies or politicians behind this that say fur is green. So class, if you can tell me what is the scene here? Okay, maybe I should just go back here to refresh your understanding a bit. So based on that, what could be the scene?
Well, I would say well, there's multiple sins in it probably, but one sin is no proof, because they just say the trappers feel that way, while there's actually no evidence on that, at least on the poster. Maybe there's more information on firstgreen.com, but I don't think so. They just say the people believe that it's that way. It's like when an ad says, for centuries people have been living close to the forest, and then it's a region that has been only inhabited since 50 years.
Wow, that's a nice factual thing that you just mentioned, right? Exactly. So yeah, instead of focusing on that issues or maybe try to elaborate more, no, they choose to focus on this beautiful model here, wearing fur on the branch of a tree. They use the, okay, in marketing, in doing effective ad, okay, we have a concept of layout and everything, like where you put your pictures, where you put your wordings and everything, but they choose more than 50% of the space ad that they have to put this picture instead of explaining, you know, instead of elaborating the point that Timo mentioned just now. Spot on, right? Okay, yeah, good. This is, I think, a very typical ad that we see normally every day around us, because we are talking about convenient product. Convenient means you normally see this product at your supermarket, your thrift stores, right? Yeah, you're talking about 7-Up here, carbonated drinks, soft drinks, delicious, natural flavors. So you are freely using the word natural here. Industry are using the word natural. And you see the promotion comes together with a box of fresh produce. Okay, save $2 on 12 packs of 7-Up. You have to buy three dozens of wow, carbonated drinks, right? When you buy $2 worth of fresh produce, like they combine the campaign, they combine something green with something totally non-green. All right, this is happening around us. You try to cover up, you try to cover your mission, your profit by making things a little bit of green elements. Okay, so which scene is this? And of course, the other one is Mentos freshly picked gum. This is a real advertisement in my country. In my country, we have this everywhere. Last time, I think years back, freshly picked gum, right? How can chewing gum become fresh? And there's a picture. Of course, we will always use pictures of the real thing. For all we know, these are actually made in labs. You know, flavoring, coloring, and the chewing gum, the rubber itself. Where do the fresh comes in? Okay, so what scene is this? Especially the 7-Up, when you try to combine one campaign and another campaign so that the overall campaign looks green. Because it's very impossible to make a green campaign for 7-Up.
Maybe worshipping false labels.
Okay, worshipping false labels. So, but is there any labels there?
But I don't think that they are like pretending for a green campaign, because it's just green color, but they are not saying that they are organic or natural or nothing. They're just playing like with the colors, like
good.
to influence like
Very
unconscious.
Good. Very good, Olha. Call you Olha, right? Very good. They are playing with colors here. They're using green colors. They're using some fruits, trees, leaf, and also the wording. The wording, okay? So in marketing, we call this copywriting words. Copywriting words. So natural, fresh. Okay, what is this scene? Because, okay, 7-Up is actually saying that 7-Up go green. This is how they actually launch their campaign for this particular 7-Up and Grow Fresh Produce. They simply say 7-Up go green in that campaign, in that particular campaign for that year. So they are calling themselves green. Hey, look at us. We are now green. We are now a green company. Okay, what is the scene? Because I don't think they are actually really delve or dig into the issues of environmental, right? There's no issues of environment being brought up at all. 7-Up is still 7-Up. These are still carbonated drink that are not healthy for you, for everyone, for kids, right? And why are you going to buy 12 packs in 3 sets? All right. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, I think I'll pass that to you. It's up to you to think what is this sin that they are committing. All right. Okay. And yeah, also we have green Coca-Cola. Green Coca-Cola. And when I read through the case study for this green Coca-Cola, these have low sugar content and everything. All the nice things about Coca-Cola. How can Coke be healthy? Right? So by changing your packaging, by changing the color of your campaign, and Clorox, my goodness, Clorox are going to go green as well. They are changing their particular campaign into GreenWorks. They are suddenly coming out with a range of product line called GreenWorks. Try to Google it up. It's all there. I've never seen this in my country, in Malaysia, but I believe in some developed countries, the product are there because they know in developed countries, there's a lot of green segment. There's a high population, high segments of green segment that is high profitable, right? And they use the picture of a flower there, of a flower, right? Okay, so this is what we mean by another, and BP. You know, recently BP has been committing a lot of controversial issues about the Gulf and the oil. What is the word again? Oil. Oil leakage. Oil leak in the some parts of the ocean in the world. And it is around that time when I read the case study, they actually come up with a new logo that looks more vibrant, more environmentally, more, it's like a sun shining, flowery instead of the previous corporate logo. So these are the things that companies do because they know marketing need to be very synergized, very marketing need to be, it's on their brand, it's on their color, it's on their corporate mission, it's everywhere. So when they think that they are going to go green, they try their best to change everything. But the structure, the logo, the color, the meaning of symbols and everything. Okay, so actually this is also a greenwashing. Also a greenwashing. By just changing the way your product looks in terms of packaging colors, this is also a greenwashing scene. Right? Wow. Finally, we are here to see some of the tiny percentage of the culprits that we have in this world. I believe there are more. These are the things that I had the chance to collect over the years and try to Google. Some I've never seen before, some I have. So if you have these logos and endorsement certifications, are they for real? We might never know until a consumer actually bother to Google it up or search for information or add on to their knowledge. Then only they know whether this is pure and genuine or not. Or is it coming actually from the company themselves? They self-proclaim that this is green, right? So of course, this is the case of worshipping false labels. I think in Malaysia, we have a lot of these cases as well, that you have a lot of green colored logos that have no meaning to go into the 3 green values, right? Okay, all right. So actually, you don't have to do this now. This is actually part of your, I heard that you have to do a test to get the certification for this SBS. So this is actually part of your assignment. There'll be 2 questions. One is this one. So I just give you today at the beginning now as a preemptive measure so that you can have some ideas that you can Google it more while the 6 scenes are still fresh in your mind. So maybe you can start to find real advertising. Okay, what I would like from you is the poster ad. The poster ad. Okay, just like what I've shown you just now into this class. Just find that ad and tell me, in your opinion, you have to divide your brain, your mind into 2. One is if you are the company, of course, you're pushing the product as a green market campaign, green campaign. You want to be green. You want to be seen as the green. Okay, and the other side of your brain, you are actually the auditors. The auditors, like people who are monitoring, exercising the rules and regulations, the legal people. And you will always see things from the opposite extreme as greenwashing. Okay, like what I'm looking. Actually, the marketeers, we need to see both sides equally. Okay. But this is the assignment for you to actually article a little bit of your critical thinking. So you please find me, and I think you will get the mark. Okay. Just tell me exactly which is the 6 scenes. It could be one or more scenes, right? As long as you're able to elaborate to me, justify to me, why do you think that is the 6 scene? Okay. Okay, everyone. This is like a simple assignment for you. And plus another 6 question, multiple choice question. Very easy ones, just asking you about green marketing in general, right? Okay, so I'll move on. Okay, so that's why if you see, we know greenwashing, there's a danger. There's a danger in this greenwashing, but the industry is still doing it. Still exists around us. Because we know as time goes by, consumers know that there's a lot of product out there that are hazardous, that are not good for their health. So when they see a solution, and the solution seems to be very nice and somehow fitting to the problem, it's like a solution to you. So you feel very happy. You feel very open towards that solution because you think you need, this is the solution. Green is the solution. So you as a consumer also fall trap to their trap. Know what I mean? You fall trap into their campaign. You think it's green because you, on the surface value of it, when you look at the environment, when you look at the advertisement, you think that you are doing good to the environment. You are doing good to yourself. This is the green product benefit just now. Consumer benefit. You think it brings benefit. I already teach you how to do pitching. I was to be blamed because at the first part of this lecture, I shared with you how to do effective pitching. Right? You need to highlight based on the 6 elements of the green benefit. Right? Yeah. You as the marketeers, you do it well. You do it excellently. But somehow you do it overboard or overusing these strategies. So you are actually falling into the greenwashing because the customers, yes, they will buy your product. They will go buy your airline. They will buy your car. They will buy your chewing gum. They will go buy that 3 sets of 7-Ups. All right? Because why? They know there are dangers somewhere. They need the solution. And you are like giving them the pills to that sickness, to that problems, right? So they love it, they will grab you, they will grab your product, and you will get the profit. Okay, because customers are hungry. Okay, they are so hungry, they are looking for environmentally friendly products, especially if you target them well, especially if you know you are targeting the green segments. Remember just now we have done the green segmentation. You have grouped them into categories, into baskets, and you know, wow, this is our high profitable customers, so we might as well push to them. Right? You know that they're all with environmental driven motivation. Okay, they really love all these environmental issues. When you promote or when you campaign a certain product, they would definitely grab it. They love it. They love the sound of BP go green, Clorox go green. They love it. It's nice to their ears because they are green lovers. They are environmentalists. They are the tree huggers. All right. Okay. The third one, why greenwashing is still there? Okay, because organizations need to make themselves appear more sellable, more kind in the eyes of the public. So the keyword here is CSR, corporate social responsibility. Once you make at least one campaign throughout the year at any of the quarter 1 or quarter 2, at least at the end of the year or early of the year, at least you launch one CSR campaign that is into environmental, you will be seen as having good corporate image, especially if there's a lot of competitors in that particular product category. Remember just now we have mentioned about going into a very dense and highly populated market. That's a lot of competitors. Maybe if you choose to be green, you will create a certain distinction, a certain uniqueness compared to the others. As I've given an example just now, suddenly you're producing green erasers, green pencils, you know, in a market that is so highly populated with a lot of types of souvenirs. Stationaries. Maybe you come up with green souvenirs pencils, you know. So yes, at least you launch 1 or 2 campaigns you think you are good enough. All right. But remember, when you launch it, auditors will come. Okay, auditors will check on your campaign. Okay, green is in. Green is in. Okay, as I mentioned to you, the population of green consumers all around the world is relatively still small. It's growing. It is growing over the years, but it is still small. Okay, sales of green and ethical products are soaring. Okay, there's still a market for this. There are still people who are the big fans of green product, but the products are not really a lot in the market yet, right? I mean, people have very narrow options, you know, small selections that they can choose. So there is still opportunity for going green. That's why companies, brands, organizations are into greenwashing, because they know by highlighting greens, like I'm selling about the bicycle just now. I'm selling a bicycle, let's say for Shimano, right? Or BMX, right? I'm selling bicycle, but how to make the bicycle green? Using green campaigns, okay? So because you really want it to be as seen as a green, because you want the public to see you as a good company. That's number one. Number two, you know you can tackle the green segment by making the campaign green, right? While actually there's no change in terms of the product. Maybe the product is still the same. You don't change anything about the product. It is still the last year's product, the last year's production. It's just a matter of changing the campaign so that it has a flavor of green, right? And the last one, opportunity for organization to charge premium price. Premium price. You know, in marketing, we have PLC, product life cycle. Product life cycle, we start very low and then you go up, all right, at a growth level, and then you maintain at a plateau level. It's a very matured level, we call it. And if you are not careful, your product can enter decline. Decline is a sudden flop, right? So this is your chance. You know, maybe the product is going to flop or going to be harvested soon. So you come up with a green campaign so that this is your last chance to charge at a premium price before you are no more in the market. Or it is also your chance at the introduction level growing, you charge premium price. And then when it is stable, because there's a lot of competitors copying your product, maybe you try to play around with the pricing strategy. You make it lower, you make it bundle pricing, okay? But at the beginning, maybe you put things at a very premium price so that you create a concept of luxury, you create a concept of fineness, exquisite, okay? Yes, green marketing also is a chance for company to charge premium price. Yeah, in the end, because of these motivations, I call these motivations, that is the answer to why greenwashing is still prevalent. It's still there's a lot around us these days. All right. Okay. So yes, we are into the concept of supply and demand. That's when there's a supply, also there's a demand. Okay. So from the economic standpoint, if there's a lot of demand, as I said, the market for green market is soaring, is blooming. Okay, but the product maybe not so much in the market. If that thing is happening in that particular region, that particular location or population, then the price will become higher. Okay, this is a very simple technique. I'll try to bring here a simple technique, a simple understanding of economic at scale. So if the demand is high, okay, supply unchanged, the price will be high and the quantity is high, okay? But if the demand is low, meaning the non-green, if you go into the non-green population, there's no demand, and the supply is just stagnant, then the price will be lower and lower and lower. Maybe one day it will enter the decline stage. It will flop, okay? But if the demand is the same, meaning you as marketers, you don't put any effort to push the market to push the product or service into the market. Okay, you don't campaign. You don't campaign. So meaning there's no demand. The demand is unchanged. It's not high or low. It's just stagnant over the years. So if let's say suddenly there's a high volume of the product being produced in the market, then the price will also go down. So of course, green marketers, they know this. They know this macroeconomic and microeconomic. Okay, and we try to play around with the pricing here. Okay, so this is actually I'm trying to explain to you about why greenwashing, green marketing is a chance for organizations to put premium price. Okay, you actually need to know when is the right time for you to enter the market. Okay, when is the right time for you to cater a very specific segment, green segment, okay, in that particular region or country. Okay, now the last one, the third phase, the third stage of my sharing today is on green innovation. So if you look here, so can you see this hanger here for clothing, to hang your clothing? So this is actually made of plastics from mineral water bottle. This is a real product in the market. And they are actually selling this for a very expensive price. You can try to Google because I can't remember, the price is in USD. Okay, so this is actually very expensive. And I want to ask you, because I already shared with you on green segment, in your opinion, who will buy these products? There are a lot of hangers out there, very cheap hangers, right? But why do we bother to buy these niche or unique hangers? What is it in them? And the other example is on preserved cutlery. They call this preserved cutlery. Powered by leftovers, made in USA from 100% recycled plastic, including takeout containers. Can you imagine that? Takeout containers. This is what we mean by green innovation. You try to innovate, try to repurpose, to take things back into the manufacturing and R&D, and coming out with a totally new product, and you highlight them in the packaging, you highlight them in your campaign. If you don't say it out, then the customers may not appreciate the value of this green innovation. So in marketing, this is a chance for you to highlight all this high investment on green innovation. Look at these two examples. If I only have this product on the left without any proper packaging, any proper labels, I just put it in a plastic bag and sell it. People might not be convinced. That's why I'm asking you, who would be the target segment for these two products, right? So if you are targeting green consumers, highly educated consumers, then please do the right side. That you produce any interesting, creative innovation, right? That is good for the environment, good for the people, of course, good for your profit, but please make sure you campaign them well. So one key thing here is the use of packaging, the use of labels, right? The use of statistics, infographics. These are the things loved by the consumers, all right? So this is my introduction to green innovation. Okay, so then we need to understand first what is green innovation. Okay, based on this list here, if your company is using a new marketing channel, meaning here you are using online social media, okay, social media platform, you're using apps, you are no more using, you are no more marketing or distributing your products in the shops, in the stores, physical stores. Are you doing green innovation? Okay, question number 2. If you I accidentally clicked the answer. All right. Yes, all of the above. Meaning if you are into new business model, okay, a new process, new product, and new idea. Even though you're coming up with a new idea, we can still call yourself a company with green innovation, or an individual or party or organization, companies, firm, okay, managers that have green innovation, even though it is still at the idea level, because idea, as we know, can come into tangible thing. Okay, so the keyword here is purposeful focused change. So when we talk about innovation, the words come from innovate. Innovate means change. There must be a change that is happening, either in terms of economic, social, and ecological, all the 3 P's. If you can do all the three, then the product have high innovation values. So this is how we rate innovation values. Okay, the highest comes in if you have all the three: economic, social, and ecological, and then moderate, and then low. Low means the green innovation only serve either one of these three P's elements. Okay, there's a lot of work published in this area. Okay, and some of them are choosing this particular ranking that is based on these three. How to rate whether this is high innovation, moderate innovation, or low level innovation. Okay, based on the 3P. All right. So if you look here, product innovation, it could be any goods and service. Okay, in marketing, if you mention the word product, it doesn't mean product only. Product means all goods. Okay, any tangible goods, services, experience, knowledge, this information, anything that you can sell in a marketplace, anything that you can offer to a very particular market. Okay, as I mentioned, there are two types of market: available market and potential market, right? Okay, new goods that offer improvement. As I said, innovation need to involve change, right? So your product must have certain improvements from the previous edition version. All right. Green product innovation must follow environmental management system and eco-efficiency. Yes, we heard about this also in Prof. Ekaterina talk last time to my students about being eco-efficient, right? At the end of the day, it's not only for your company, it is also because of being eco-efficient, the product might have high benefit in terms of consumer benefit and product benefit. Okay, and yes, and last one, companies must learn how to commercialize the green product or service so that it actually includes environmental advantage. As I mentioned, it need to include all the benefits, like buying, procedures, production, customer, and the product benefit. When you combine all this could give you some ideas how you come up with a good innovation. Okay, my third assessment for your test. Okay, number one is answering the greenwashing just now with the poster. Number two is answering a very simple multiple choice question, 6 questions that have choices. And the last one, you need to watch a video in Edpuzzle. There's an app called Edpuzzle. I will give you the link. I think the video is around 4 minutes. It's a very huge issues that the world is facing now, and there is no solution yet to it. It's about the plastic garbage patch, the Green Pacific Garbage Patch, GPGP, we call it GPGP. It's okay. If you haven't heard about this before, I think the video should be able to give you some understanding, all right, of this worldly recognized issue that has no clear solution yet. There are companies who are coming out with solutions, but the thing is still there. The problem is amounting day by day, getting serious, not getting any less. Okay, and my question is in the middle of the video, 4 minutes video, there are questions to guide you in understanding the video. And the last one, I'm asking you about green innovation. Green innovation. If you were given a chance, what would you innovate? We don't talk about money here. We don't. Just imagine that you have a lot of millions. You are a super million, multi-billionaire. Money is not an issue. Just give me a solution from your deepest heart in order to save the environment, in order to meet the 3P values. What could be the innovation, all right, to solve this particular problem? It's a very interesting, I think in my idea, it's a very interesting case study that the world got no solution yet. Okay, so I'll just go quickly with this. Okay, to learn more on green innovation. So there's a lot of work published in green innovation, and the thing that I love more is about this framework. They are actually using stage gate, meaning to say, before you move from one stage to another, there's a gatekeeper. There's a gatekeeper that you need to fulfill certain requirements, certain milestone, then only you can enter the next stage. So I just repeat this again. So it contains activities in designing green products, and at each level there are gates. Okay, so it starts from idea until market launch, until you campaign, push it into the market. Yes, in order to use this framework, there are other frameworks, there are other models, other tools, right, to come up with great innovation. But this is my favorite. I actually have been using this quite a few times during my consultation work, and thank God the companies love it, the organizations love it. They are buying into the idea that we are putting forth. Okay, so yeah, because based on this framework, right, a lot of units in the organization need to come hand in hand. They cannot work in silo, right? The marketing, the R&D, the production, and other units needs other SBUs, strategic business units. They need to come together at the very early beginning before the product is out, before the product is even produced. So that's why I said I really like this framework, because the gatekeepers, the gates, actually starting from idea conception. From the idea conception, okay, when I say gates, gates here means these people, these multifunctional members of the organizations. So you have marketing gate, R&D gate, production gate, and finance gate. These people need to be together. Okay, what we normally have in an organization, somebody out there in the production department or manufacturing line simply produce something, simply produce the bicycle. It's already there. It's already a finished product. Pop, they push to you. Hey, marketing team, please campaign for this. And then your CMO come up with a brilliant idea in his opinion. Okay, we will do a green market for this campaign. Okay, this is a very typical process in product, in a very simple production process or product development. We also teach our student product management in our marketing class. Okay, so this is a very typical, easy to follow product management stage. Okay, however, using this innovation framework, okay, this is somehow shaking the belief of the organization that things need to be in baskets. No, okay, we are trying to shake a little bit of their current belief. We are telling them, no, you all need to work together, sit down together since the very beginning. It is actually at the idea stage. Until market launch, what I'm trying to say here, even though to push the product into the market for that particular year or quarter, it is also the job of every gatekeeper. It is not only the work of the marketeers, no. Because we already taken the concept of no silo working. Okay, everybody needs to come together from the beginning until the end. Meaning, when I'm about to market my green bicycle just now for Shimano, for example, I need people from the manufacturing. I need people from the R&D to be with me at the booth. I need them to be with me to figure out the best campaign, the best pricing. It is not the job of the marketers to decide on the pricing strategy. It is not our job only. So this is why I said all the gatekeepers, meaning all these multifunctional members of the organization, they need to be together, join hands since the early beginning up until the end. And here does not mean finished product. And here means up until it reach the accessibility of the market. Okay, until it reach there, coming to your target segment, right? Okay, so yes, so we have these particular steps, and so if you want to go one by one, at the idea generation, you have to have stakeholders. You need to know first who are your employees, consumers, vendors, and government. And this is not the job of business development people or marketers only. These are also the job of people in the R&D and manufacturing. Okay, they also need to think with us who are the stakeholders. Okay. So if you look into this, there's one real advertising that I saw last few years back on eBay. I actually give this task to my students, and my students are actually sending their submissions for that particular year, but none of us win. Okay, so eBay is actually coming up. Do you know that eBay has their own green team? See, eBay are also going green. So eBay Green Team, they launched a campaign called Being Green Idea. What's your idea for making eBay greener? What's your idea? It's a very broad question. This is at the beginning when eBay is still struggling to fight against Amazon, and we had never heard about what is Jack Ma? oh my God, what is that Chinese? Alibaba. We never heard about Alibaba. No. Okay. So eBay is trying to be the market dominant in terms of e-commerce. E-commerce. So they came up with this idea, this green innovation idea, and they actually welcome the public all over the world to come up with ideas. So my question now, who are the stakeholders? You can't simply come up with any green innovation without having stakeholders at the back of your mind. You need to know first who are the stakeholders for this. Are consumers the stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders? So, okay, I'm not going to give you the answers here. You have to think, okay? With this, what I'm going to tell you, there might not be a specific answers here, okay? Because I just want you to think that for any innovation that you're about to launch, especially if you want to campaign that as a green innovation, you have to think who are the stakeholders. Okay, so who are stakeholders? Stakeholders are employees, consumers, vendors, government, right? Okay. And then you perform initial assessment. If you look here, you go from idea, and then you go to the preliminary assessment, and then you prepare your case, and then only you produce your product, do some market validation and testing, and then only you launch. This is what I mean. At every green boxes that you have here, we have gatekeepers. Gatekeepers, okay? Who are the gatekeepers? The multifunctional members just now. They need to see and to see things at every box, at every junction, okay? We call that gates. Okay. All right, and then this is where we check on our market potential, our return of investment, our market size, whether there's a market or not to sell this bicycle, to sell this green pencil, green stationaries. There is a market or not, right? You check first, and with this help, this is not only the job of marketing people. This is the job of everyone, right? So this is a case study that I really love, and yes, we have this in Malaysia. We have these brands coming into Malaysia, and yes, in some parts of the world, these green toys, this is a brand. They are actually selling in Toys R Us. Toys R Us, major toy stores in the world are having this. So this is an example of green innovation. So if you read the case study more, okay, if you Google the word green toys company, there is this specific company. They are actually using milk cartons to come up with these beautiful toys. Yes, we have this in Malaysia. It's very expensive. For all we know, this is made of recycled plastic, but expensive. Why? As I said, this is a chance for green campaign to charge people at premium price. And you know, it's about your children being healthy, safe for the environment, safe for children, safe colors, safe materials. So of course, some people are opting into buying this. They are buying this. Okay, we have a specific market for this kind of product. So yes, they are talking about every pound of recycled milk jug used in the making of green toys, save energy, save electricity. So this is the way how they campaign. So in this particular, I have a question here. Okay, if you know you are going to sell toys, then the second gate to enter is, what could be the preliminary assessments here? Okay, here I already shared with you. Preliminary includes checking on the market assessment, checking whether there are market or not. Okay, check how about the market size. Who are this target segment? Will there be a market? Will parents like me buying this? Who are the parents that will buy this? Check first. Okay, because you know you're going to put this at a premium price. Okay. Okay, next you prepare your case. This is where you need to do your pitching. Okay, the tools that I already taught you just now. Okay, you zoom into going to market this as a green product. You don't say we are going to produce toys. No, you will say we are going to produce green toys. You will start your pitching from that standpoint, from that perspective. Okay. Yep, as I said, we need multifunctional gatekeepers here. So we need people from the marketing, yeah, legal people suddenly coming in, all right, and finance people, okay. Yes, and everybody needs to sit together and discuss on coming out with that particular business case, okay, business case or proposal. Okay, then you start to develop. Okay, there's a misconception saying that when it is about to be produced, it's the job of the manufacturing people. It's the job of the production department. So using this tool, using this green innovation framework with gates, right? No, it is also the job of marketing people to be there overseeing the manufacturing of the product. Okay, that's why we also teach students on product management. Okay, there's a big course on product management. It's a core course for all marketing students in our university. They need to learn product management, right? Yeah. In the previous years, I used to bring my students to real manufacturing plants like BMW, Legoland. Lego will bring them to manufacturing plants, even though they are marketing students, just to see that to open up the horizon that these are the manufacturing plants operations, right? Okay, because using the Green Innovation Framework, you need to understand the process and be involved in the decision making at that particular gate, right? Okay, yes, and we're almost the end of the cycle, right? And you do the market testing and market validation. Yes, I can say, yes, of course, this is the job of the marketing people, marketing division. This is our job. This is what we are trained for, to do market validation, right? To do market testing, to do commercialization of product. Okay. However, using this tool, using this Green Innovation Framework, okay, it is also the job of manufacturing to be here. Just now, we join them. Now, they join us. The manufacturing gatekeepers, the engineers, designers, they also need to be there in that particular meetings to decide on the market testing and market launching. What is the best way? What is the best strategy to do market validation and market testing before the product go for mass production, before it actually goes to the real public, okay, real target segment. All right, and then only you, yeah, produce that green toys, produce that green hanger, produce that green cutleries just now at the pictures, the very beginning, right? Because if you only pass the job of doing a packaging to the marketing people, the packaging won't be as nice as this. The packaging and the overall flavor and the overall feel of the product will not be seen as green if only the marketing people work for the packaging. Okay, what is proposed by the Green Innovation Framework is up until the point where you want to launch the product, launching here meaning including packaging, right? The commercialization part, pricing, you need to involve people from other gates, the multifunctional gatekeepers. You need to involve the R&D people, the manufacturing people, the production, the engineers, the environmentalists, right? You might need to involve people from the legal because of the words that you are using. Are these words going to give you problem later during the audit process, right? Yeah, so this is what I mean. I really love this framework that has been used a lot in businesses, in companies all over the world. I think it's in thing now. It's quite an in thing to involve everyone in the decision making. So, you know, actually your background of studies, it matters in some way. It matters in some way. But I think in today's world, especially during this COVID pandemic, the world become borderless. You know what I mean? We can simply, it's not saying that we can simply jump into other people's expertise. No, I can never argue the knowledge that Prof. Ekaterina have, you know. I can never argue your knowledge on fashion design, product design. I can never argue that. That's your very basic, important details of your field of expertise. What I'm saying here, we should open our mind to offer our expertise in their field. Okay, I think this is the takeaway from this Green Innovation Framework, that a lot of companies are doing this. We offer our expertise into that particular area, into that specific area. Because why? Following Green Innovation Framework, everybody need to sit together at every gate, right? At every gate. You can't work in silo. Everybody needs to understand the product from the idea up until the campaign launch. Okay, all right. So I think that's all I have in my sharing today. I hope it has managed to give you some information, some knowledge that I've taken with me based on my experience doing a little bit of consultation works and teaching this for almost 20 years. I'm actually old, you know. Yeah. Okay, so do you have any questions? Yeah, I think we are right on the dot, 9 p.m. now. Do you have any questions or anything to discuss?
Yes, I would like to add something. So thank you so much for your lecture. It was very interesting.
Thank you.
However, as an attempt to sum up all the things, I would also suggest our students to think on the positive sides of green marketing. So take into consideration that there are a lot of there is an abundance of information in the world. So every company tries to do all its best in marketing. So that's why company become more flat, and they have to be distinguished to some extent. So that's why they usually propose those green initiatives. And from this perspective, as a suggestion to think about, so the positioning to be green might shape people's mindset, so the customer's mindset, because they have to think green here, green there. Okay, maybe there is something interrelated between those things. So they will start to think green. Secondly, it will also give some more responsibility for the companies, because if they positioning themselves as a green, and if they fail being green, it will be a big event. So the people will think, okay, they are probably the liars, so I will not buy their product.
Yeah.
And the third is also the changes within the organization, because if they positioning themselves as a green, the workers will think, okay, we're going to the green way, but why don't we work? So they will have some questions to their employers. That's why it will also deliver some changes from the within. It's just a bit addition to think from another side, because yeah, the world is complex, and there are more than black and white. There are within.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for the lecture.
Roman, thank you, Roman. I really like what you say about bringing your employee together with your mission. You know, there's one huge field in marketing called internal marketing. Internal marketing. Before you can actually pursue your mission about doing green innovation, and a lot of things on green, you need to convince your own stakeholders that you are into this mission. You need to properly spread this agenda about these 3 P's of people, planet, especially people, you know. You need to promote this carefully to your own people first, to your own internal market. Internal marketing means your own employees, your own stakeholders. Then only the process to spread this agenda to the wider population, to your target segment, much be easier. Because if you know, if you're going to adopt this green innovation framework, then might as well everyone, the gatekeepers, need to be inclined into green. Then only they can understand, oh yeah, our aim is green here. Then we should focus on being green at every stage. Thank you, Roman. Really like what you say. Good conclusion. Yeah, so do you have,
Yeah, I have a question exactly about the green toys, because you know that the green toys, they are quite expensive.
Yes.
So my question was like, not my question, but I want to think maybe that not like the price of green toys is real price what it costs, but maybe the normal toys we used to from China is too much cheap. That's why we are buying them, and we are throwing them. Maybe the real price of the products we need to buy, or we are buying them much more higher than we used to have now.
Yes. Correct. So, you know, that's why in marketing, we need to carefully, okay, one part of positioning, okay, one decision that you need to make under the umbrella of positioning is pricing. Pricing. You really need to think carefully, how are you going to price this? And these are the reason why company is choosing green marketing. Because as I said, this is the chance to put things at premium price with strong reason. Environmental reason, society reason. You don't focus on profit, profit, profit. You don't make it appear like you are greedy. You're a greedy company, you're a greedy brand. Instead, you push back to your crowd. You push back to your segments that, hey, this is expensive because this is actually healthy for you. This is expensive because this is safe for your children. This is not like China-made toys. Know what I mean? Thank you. Good points. Okay, so I guess that's all, right? So
Well,
I'll be, yeah.
I would like to add something from me if still
Yes,
have any more
please.
questions. First of all, thank you very much, Dr. Zoraida. It was really great and exciting lecture. With a lot of your energy, we could feel
Yeah, thank
how
you.
this topic is very personal to you. It's really great to see motivated speakers. It's always a great inspiration for all of us. And I just wanted to mention that, you know, during this school, we had a class on sustainable product design or design. And from this point of view, it's a little bit different from the greenwashing. So I think some of the examples that, for example, for the percentages, when you say it's going less, but still there is some percentages left of the materials that used. In the sustainable product design, we consider it's also good green attention because there are limits for recycling, limits for technologies, and it's just impossible to get 100% recyclable or 0% waste. So actually what we think is when you show your results and you say honestly that there is a 15% of decrease of material use, it's already good in intention.
Okay, yes, it's already good. Okay, wait till the, okay, yeah, I agree. Wait until the auditors, because you can use that as part of your campaign. You can convince the public, especially if they are non-greens, you can convince them because it's like an education to them. It's like creating awareness, right? But when you start to use it, okay, to apply for a sustainable status of your company or brands, then the auditors, then only they will open up every evidence that you have to support that claim, or whether this is really 15 or not, okay?
Yeah,
good point. Thanks.
That any information shall be transferable, and that's the key, I think, in greenwashing. And any attempt that you are doing, if you are honest and transferable, this is already great.
Correct.
I think that's the intention to start changes in our culture, and step by step we will come to perfect products. And but there is a way. There are steps towards it.
Correct. Thank you. Yes. Yes. We learn greenwashing not to totally giving an outright rejection to it, right? We learn that this concept exists. This thing is happening, just to be stronger than them, you know, just to be part of the right thing, instead of following the order of doing the systematic error and falsehood all the time. Okay, we learn it to come out stronger than them and be better. Really like what you say. Yes, at least when you say 15% less plastic, actually you are starting a good movement of being green, right? We are not saying, okay, then we shouldn't say that this is greenwashing, we shouldn't do it. that shouldn't be the way, right? Okay.
Well, yes, it always depends on the specific product, and sometimes even plastic is better than glass. If glass is not recycled, is also materials. So it's a complicated question, and I think the key point of your presentation and class today is this framework for co-creation between different experts, from designers to marketing to engineers and to environmentalists. And I think this is the key, because the topic of sustainability is so complex and so specific to country, to product, to technology. So there is no right answer, yes or no. Like this is 100% greenwashing, this is 100% great. Is also
correct. Yes.
Judge.
Correct.
So yes, I think the key is to collaborate with experts in every field.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
So,
then, yes, if anyone has question, it's time to ask now. Otherwise, we are finishing this session, and we are very grateful to Dr.
maybe you can relate this to your own field, your own field of studies. So maybe you can give some insights or feedback on your understanding based on your particular fields of interest.
Well, I don't know. In general, as I'm expert in environmental eco-friendly technologies, I can say that I understand the fundamentals, how it impacts the health of people or environment, but then I'm surely lacking the skills of marketing. And I cannot maybe communicate the message that I would like to transmit to the culture. And for this purpose, I will need marketing specialists.
Yes,
so
and we need you as well.
Yeah, so it's not enough just to be an expert in a specific technology.
Correct.
The message will be transmitted in the wrong way, so it could be greenwashing. And for this, you need the marketing. But vice versa, for good marketing, you also need the good experts. So the message should be transparent and honest.
Correct. That's right. Yeah, great conclusion. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here today. It's an honor for me to share my stories, my experience from the other side, totally the other side of the world, right? And we are connecting through Zoom, through this online sharing platform here. And I just would love to collaborate more because we also, frankly, we also need a lot of data from your side, your other sides of country, your region, something that previously is almost inaccessible because we don't have anyone there that can work with us at a very close relationship to actually think about some issues and problems together. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting that we actually started off with this collaboration and understanding of the same topic. So it's my pleasure to be here, and thank you for accepting my invitation for your previous talk last month with my students. It's very interesting, and I believe there are some of my students are now watching in YouTube. I'm not sure because I can't see them. So thank you, Professor Ekaterina, and all your students there.
Thank you. Bye-bye and have a good
day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.